Hi. Today, Unlock is very pleased to be interviewing both the founder of DM Global Money, as well as the Mr. Michael Haerens, as well as the technical advisor, Sean Prescott, who's also the founder of Unicrypt. So thank you both for being with us today. It's a very interesting concept that you have, and I think that the readers and those watching would like to know more. So my first question is, you both seem to have, one second, there's a relationship between Unicrypt and digital global money. So first of all, can someone explain to me what Unicrypt is and how are both fit together?
Sure, maybe I can dive into that one. So 3 years ago, a little more than that, we created the Unicrypt group. Unicrypt specializes on payments, transactional systems, specifically in the blockchain world. This is where we're at home and feel very comfortable. Of course, decades of experience within the team in the financial markets, classical financial markets, and IT security. So we are a self-custody wallet system that is, patented and regulated here in Europe and Switzerland. And taking it to the next level, we built our terminals, or payment terminals, that are fully PCI compliant. And in partnership with DM Global, with Michael Haerens, we're launching this in the community aspect to bring this to the people all over the world and let them benefit from the crypto revolution.
That's very great and concise. Well, thank you. So
yeah, I should add to that.
Yes.
I should add to that without Unicrypt and Sean Prescott, there wouldn't be any DM Global. So the relationship is really very strong for DM Global. I hope also for Unicrypt. But anyway, yes, without Unicrypt, there is no DM Global, because it's all based on the platform Unicrypt has created.
Mm-hmm. This is what I wanted to know. That brings me to the next question. So it's not like you're a startup, because Unicrypt has been there for more than 3 years, like Sean was saying, and you've been successful in Europe. And now you're taking that success and building it with digital global money to go across the globe. So what are you planning to do? I mean, what are your future plans globally?
Yeah, okay, Unicrypt is not a startup anymore, but DM Global still is. Mm-hmm. Because DM Global is trying the best way to bring the whole system and the whole concept of the ecosystem Unicrypt-DM Global is, which is basically the platform, the cards we have, and our POS systems, which with the whole ecosystem will work around, which will give more value to our DMG token, which will give value to the people who have to transfer money from one place in the world to the other without spending a lot of time and money to do that, because it will be 24 hours, 7 on 7, and 365 days a year open. So everyone can use it and will be able to use it to send and retrieve money, or to pay things with our DMGs or other cryptos. It's all based on crypto and on the blockchain anyway, even if you have fiat, but that's more complicated now. I don't want to go into specifics too much. So what we are doing is basically contacting people. We are creating, the first thing we're creating is a community of people. I mean, not companies, people who are understanding the value of what we are doing and can see the future in it, because that's the main point, to make it understand that it will be something working from now onwards, and giving the possibility to a lot of people to use it. We have a nice and quite growing Filipino aggregation of people, community. Something is happening very strongly now in India, and because people are understanding that they don't have to have a very expensive laptop or a phone or to download any app. No, they just need our card. They just need to spread the POSs around the country or around their area or even around small areas, and use this and use their wallet, which the wallet will be on the platform which Unicrypt is managing.
Excellent. I think one of the most beautiful aspects of what you're doing is that you're going into emerging markets where there is no, apps and so forth, and you're bringing digital, crypto assets and digital currencies to these markets. So,
Yes.
what makes you different from everybody else?
Sean?
I think one of the key important roles here is that we're taking the approach that is very unconventional to what we call internally the Silicon Valley approach, where they say, hey, just install our app on your phone and you're up and ready and rumbling, right? We're talking and catering to people in the world that definitely don't have a $700 phone, be it Android or Apple or whatever it is. These are the people that have no idea what fixed income is, passive income. They are completely unaware of a system outside of, let's say, the cash that they're dealing with. So giving people a very cheap solution to access the crypto space with our terminals and our cards that have this proprietary technology, patented technology on it, that allows them to have segregated access to their wallets. Only they have access to their crypto through a very simple credit card formatted card, PCI compliance, everything is there, but again, fully in their control. So with that said, it's a very easy, slow process to allow them to get used to these new kind of, let's say, markets and financial instruments that they can tap into. Using blockchain allows people that all they need to have is a little bit of internet, a little bit of electricity, and they're running and they're up and going. So even at markets where, let's say, MasterCard, Visa, all these banks, Western Union, MoneyGram are not involved at this point, providing them with a card and a terminal for the entire village or the entire community to use will instantly tap them into what the first world banking system can be. So we believe we're solving a major problem that is a true pain point, and it's not just something that is nice to have. It is helping people within a community to learn and understand, also get used to sending money internationally, remittance, taking the Indian husband sending money home from Dubai to India without having these expensive intermediaries in between, capping them at, being the poorest in the world. So that needs to change, and we have the technology to do so. That's
excellent. So I'm aware that you're offering your utility coin now, and how is that going? You're doing it until March, and how much do you want to raise? And when you do raise, what is it gonna be for?
Oh, okay. How much we want to raise? There is actually no limit for that. But of course, okay, what we are telling the community who is now growing, and starting, is that we are so convinced about what we are doing that with or without the ICO, we will go ahead anyway, because that's what we believe in. On the other side, of course, some money raising would be very good, because we need to, I was talking with Sean about this yesterday. I said one of the points which is very important is to go to places, either physically or virtually, but we have to talk to the people there in that area where we want to implant our machines. Now, that takes time, money, traveling, being in places where you can receive people, have meetings when we will be allowed to do that again, I hope soon, because we have to move there. We have to talk to regulators, we have to talk to people, we have to talk to maybe in the city or in provinces. So there is a lot of work to do on the field, actually. Everything has to be prepared before that, but anyway, a lot of work on the field has to be done, which means physically, and creating people around the world who will then be also responsible for the area. So it's a whole bunch of work to do.
No? So I want to make a correction. So what I said, so it's a utility coin. So they actually buy into the coin so that they can use the platform to pay for things and to do remittance and so forth. So I know it's not a security token offering, but the initial you can use it as well for the growth part, right? And that coin will gain in value because as the community grows and such.
To a certain degree.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. So maybe I can add 2 or 3 things there. So of course the token is being used as a fundraiser for marketing. It's obviously, you know, funding the development of the platform, of the terminals in that way. That's crystal clear. On the other hand, it is after the ICO a basically utility/payment token. And on the entire framework that we're building with the terminals, it will enable people to use, you know, crypto, not just DMG, but crypto per se, other tokens and conglomeration, but it provides a stable, non-volatile payment method that we're using in this infrastructure. And that is a huge benefit because, again, people, of course, have the option to send Bitcoin over the network. But as we can see right now with, you know, very closely approaching the all-time high ever in the Bitcoin world, there is volatility that is to be expected as usual. Now, this is good for one side of the deal. It's not exactly great if you buy something, you pay for it, and then, you know, the coin jumps up and you're like, should have waited a bit, you know, or the other side receives it and the price crashes. So providing a stable infrastructure, a fast, reliable system, that's what we're doing with DM Global. And using the technology that we already have in the digital world, so you can already use your credit card to buy crypto on our platform. You can make mass payouts. This is all there, but this is not something that we can bring to, let's say, the third world countries that unfortunately don't have access to that kind of technology and or even a computer to tap into it. So bring it to the next level, allowing people to do payments, remittance, etc., through our cards and terminals and ATMs is the mission of DM Global.
Thank you. So my last question, quickly, is, you know, this is all about the future of digital money. So how do you see that future, and how do you think it'll change the world? And I'm sure you're not just thinking about, you know, remittances and payments. I'm sure there's always going to be a bigger picture later on, right? You can do much more.
Yes, but we have to start from somewhere, right? I mean, I think it's like the people who went to the moon for the first time, and you know, the first footstep was the most important one, and that's what we are doing now. Of course, the vision is a big one, which is actually written also in our white paper, by the way, which is possibly to give every human being the possibility to be again free to use his assets by himself and have a wallet where nobody will be touching it and nobody will put hands in it or will take anything out of it. Teaching also people what is actually blockchain, because still now a lot of people is confused the blockchain with blockchain.com. So I mean, there is a lot of education to do, and through our system, I think we are educating people to be again aware of their assets, aware of what they have, even if it's $10 or $100, but then you have to use them in the right way, and you can send them around the world. You can send it to your auntie in India or whatever, and educate them that at the end of the day, if we are responsible of our assets and not giving it to somebody else to manage and manage it by ourselves, that could be much better for everybody, and it can create a community, a total global community. That's the vision, which is of course very far away still.
Thank you both, Michael and Sean, and I hope that when you do raise the first sum, you come to Lebanon and you put these ATMs, and we have our own digital wallets.
Actually, Lebanon, yes, actually, Lebanon, I think is a very good example of what should be done now.
Exactly.
Because I know, yeah, I know.
So
okay.
I look forward to meeting you both here. Do you want to add anything before we leave? It was a very good interview. Thank you very, very much. Thanks, Sean.
Thanks so much.
Thanks,
Good.
Michael.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.